Okay, I really want the white pieces. Yes, I've got the white pieces. I think it does flip the colours maybe. Let's play the old Smith-Morra gambit. And let's play it with knight f3, not f4. I think f4 is a bit weakening actually. This is more positional. I can play for d6 if he had played e6, which he hasn't. So with this pawn structure, I don't know, e5 might be a painful break at some point. Queen b3, because f7 and b7. Let's try it. Whoops, I dropped it there rather accidentally. That was not too good. Get Melson's position again. Okay, so I'm on f7, I'm on b7. Have I refuted bishop g4? Because I remember doing some post-mortem analysis and I realised that bishop g4 is a bit cheeky sometimes, because b7's like vulnerable and f7 is vulnerable, especially with d6 and without e6. So the old f7. So I think can I take on b7? Knight a5. Calling his bluff. Knight a5. Well, at least the knight is kind of decentral. Queen b4. And then there's queen a4. And there's queen a4 is kind of annoying. I think the opening's been a success so far. I could play queen a4 here, disruptive check. And queen d7. Is it better for the queen to be on d7? Probably. So I think I'll play that. So the knight retreating back, okay. A little bit of a concession maybe, but you kept the queen on d8, this is queen g5. I'm just getting the old rook d1. Maybe this one. So this one can go on g1 later. e5 doesn't kind of work. I have to play rook d2, I guess. Just double on d6. Or king h1. Oh, he likes my YouTube. Oh no. Okay, I'll tell him thanks. Okay. Okay, so what about just queen d3 here actually? I don't know, knight c5, king h1, I don't know, I'm confused. Do I want the rook on g1 or d1? Have I played too much already today? d1 or g1? I don't know. Let's try d1 and then g1 later. Try both. So bishop g3 and f4 something, or rook d4 to cover c4. But then if he moves the knight, then he's threatening e5. Knight c6, but maybe there's rook c4. Right, let's get this bishop here protected, no loose pieces. So then, what I want to do with this knight is always eyeing it. I can take this pawn over here as well to be greedy and lose b2. If I lose b2, c3 is weaker, but then there's rook d6. What about knight a4 first then? So I'm protecting b2, and then maybe b3 to try and neutralise this immense b-file pressure. No, just b3 to neutralise the b-file pressure, and eye that a6 pawn more seriously in some of these lines. So now, what about f4 and e5? Or first queen d2, and now lose f3. Okay, so f4 here, but then e4 is getting weaker. So say knight d7, there's rook c4. Oh no, I'll play it anyway. So knight d7, rook c4. I hope. Okay. So d5 might be a threat. Get the queen protected. Maybe queen f3. I don't know, d5 take rook c6, or this bishop's not so hot. D6 would seem exploitable, but D5 seems possible. No, E5 here, Rook D8. I think I'm going to turn off the TV. It's annoying me. Alright, less annoyance. Okay, that's always a good thing. So this position is tricky. Rook C7, Rook B4, E5 or H4 or something else. It's all a bit too... there's a lot of pressure. Okay, if I take on B4, I'm crippling my pawn majority. If I play Rook C7, E4 is a bit more vulnerable. What about just this simple move? Isn't that simple? Just keep possession of the C file. Avoid this B pawn being that hot. Maybe tucking in the king and H4. This knight is also good. If I just kick it back with H5, maybe H6, leave a lurking pawn on H6. Mind you, D5 and Queen F1 is also pretty dangerous. So I have to play Rook C1 now to protect F1. So I've got lots of vulnerabilities here, and he's got this big pass pawn potentially, but F5 just to make sure the bishop's got some activity. Okay, so King G2 to stop the mating things with Queen F1. It's probably a good idea. It's with Knight D5, Queen D5. There's no Rook C8. Okay. Is this pawn going too far? Bishop F4 for Rook D2. What about Knight B2 just takes? Queen E4 here, there's Knight F5. I'm crumbling. Play this move, just to be annoying. The back row is a bit weak. Rook D7, Queen A8. So actually that's pretty good actually. Rook D3 next. So Queen A8 here is embarrassing, isn't it? He hasn't made any Luftwaffe for his king. What's it called? He hasn't made any air for his king. I think actually Luftwaffe is the wrong word. I think that's German air bombers. No, what's making Luft? Anyway, so he hasn't made any air for his king. Okay, he's resigned. Yes, lucky tactic. But I was winning D3 because if it takes, then there's Rook D8 as well. So it was actually an important idea. This Bishop C7 turns out. Okay, so a bit lucky there. Don't know. I don't know. Queen B3 would seem. I don't know. He's sort of re-gambited. And it's unstable. The whole position is unstable here. There's vulnerabilities on both sides. At least I extended the scope of the bishop at the right time to give me this Bishop C7. So if Rook C8, I think Rook D3 takes, then Rook D8. So that's cool. Comments or questions on YouTube. So back on higher up the mountain, 2316, but let's not think about that or anything else. Thanks very much.